On today's History of Politics, we're going to talk about another amendment which you really don't hear that much about, but it's very important to you, especially if you find yourself in the midst of a criminal trial. And that's the Sixth Amendment. There are several components to the Sixth Amendment which you may not know, but you might have heard before. The first I want to speak about is the fact that you are entitled to counsel. That's why, as you might have noticed, not in civil court like in landlord tenant cases, you can't have an attorney assigned to you from the state. You can't get a public defender free of charge. But in a criminal matter, yes, you can. The constitutional Sixth Amendment allows for this, that you must have representation. That's number one. Number two, when you cannot be tried without knowing what the charges are against you. You have to have a formal accusation, which is also known as an indictment. If you recall, when we talked about the Fifth Amendment, it said that you cannot be held for a capital or felony crime without a formal indictment. So it requires that you have an indictment. You also have the right to face your accuser. You need to know who is accusing you of something. I can't just say that Donald Trump or Pamela Joe Bondi is accusing me, or let me put it this way, they can't arrest me without me knowing that they're the ones pressing the charges against me. And I have to know what those charges are. I have the right to face my accuser. I have to have a formal indictment. I have the right to be represented by an attorney. I have to be informed who is charging me. Is it the state? Is it another individual? And here's another thing. I have the right to compel witnesses to appear in court through the subpoena process to testify in my favor. You have that right. All of these rights, these are what you have in the Sixth Amendment. This is why we're doing this, and it's good that you know this, because in today's world, it can happen to you at any given time. And it's not because you may have done something, but it's how things are happening in this world. People are getting wrongly accused of stuff regularly. Just as an aside note here, in my life, I've been called 15 different names where people thought that I was these 15 different people because we looked alike, which I would normally respond, I don't care what you call me as long as you don't call me late for my paycheck. I've been called Charles, Robert, Keith, Dennis, Akbar, and I'm none of those. None of those. But by that same token, somebody that looked like me, whether it's generally because of my skin tone, my hair, my eye color, maybe my stature, I'm not I don't hold a patent or a license for this. There are people that resemble me everywhere. But because somebody thought that it was me, I can be arrested. And then, unfortunately, the law says that you're innocent until proven guilty, but that's changed over the course of time and is now you're guilty till proven innocent. This is why you have to know your rights, because it can happen to you. You're also entitled to a speedy trial. They can't hold you in jail for 5 or 10 years and then wait to try you after 5 or 10 years when you've basically served your sentence in advance. You have the right to a speedy trial. All of this is important because, like I said, the bail laws, which we'll get to in the Eighth Amendment when we do that, the bail laws have changed so that the threat of being a menace to the community or the safety of the community versus your financial position differs from the Constitution. So just be aware of these things. they're important to you.